Recovery occurs via many pathways. Individuals are unique with distinct needs, strengths, preferences, goals, culture, and backgrounds, including trauma experience that affect and determine their pathways to recovery. Recovery is built on the multiple capacities, strengths, talents, coping abilities, resources, and inherent value of each individual. Recovery pathways are highly personalized. They may include professional clinical treatment, use of medications, support from family and in schools, faith-based approaches, peer support, and other approaches. Recovery is nonlinear, characterized by continual growth and improved functioning that may involve setbacks. Because setbacks are a natural, though not inevitable, part of the recovery process, it is essential to foster resilience for all individuals and families. Abstinence from the use of alcohol, illicit drugs, and non-prescribed medications is the goal for those with addictions. Use of tobacco and non-prescribed or illicit drugs is not safe for anyone. In some cases, recovery pathways can be enabled by creating a supportive environment. This is especially true for children who may not have the legal or developmental capacity to set their own course. Recovery is holistic. Recovery encompasses an individual's whole life, including mind, body, spirit, and community. This includes addressing self-care practices, family, housing, employment, transportation, education, clinical treatment for mental disorders and substance use disorders, services and supports, primary health care, dental care, complementary and alternative services, faith, spirituality, creativity, social networks, and community participation. The array of services and supports available should be integrated and coordinated. The next guiding principle of recovery is supported by peers and allies. Mutual support and mutual aid groups, including the sharing of experiential knowledge and skills, as well as social learning, play an invaluable role in recovery. Peers encourage and engage other peers and provide each other with a vital sense of belonging, supportive relationships, valued roles, and community. Through helping others and giving back to the community, one helps oneself. Peer-operated supports and services provide important resources to assist people along their journeys of recovery and wellness. Professionals can also play an important role in the recovery process by providing clinical treatment and other services that support individuals in their chosen recovery paths. While peers and allies play an important role for many in recovery, their role for children and youth may be slightly different. Peer support for families are very important for children with behavioral health problems and can also play a supportive role for youth in recovery. The next guiding principle of recovery is supported through relationships and social networks. An important factor in the recovery process is the presence and involvement of people who believe in the person's ability to recover, who offer hope, support, and encouragement, and who also suggest strategies and resources for change. Family members, peers, providers, faith groups, community members, and other allies form vital support networks. Through these relationships, people leave unhealthy and/or unfulfilling life roles behind and engage in new roles such as partner, caregiver, friend, student, or employee that lead to a greater sense of belonging, personhood, empowerment, autonomy, social inclusion, and community participation. The next guiding principle of recovery is culturally based and influenced. Culture and cultural background in all of its diverse representations, including values, traditions, and beliefs, are keys in determining a person's journey and unique pathway to recovery. Services should be culturally grounded, attuned, sensitive, congruent, and competent, as well as personalized to meet each individual's unique needs. The next guiding principle of recovery is supported by addressing trauma. The experience of trauma, such as physical or sexual abuse, domestic violence, war, disaster, and others, is often a precursor to or associated with alcohol and drug use, mental health problems, and related issues. Services and supports should be trauma-informed to foster safety, both physical and emotional, as well as trust, as well as promoting choice, empowerment, and collaboration. The next guiding principle of recovery involves individual, family, and community strengths and responsibility. So individuals, families, and communities have strengths and resources that serve as a foundation for recovery. In addition, individuals have a personal responsibility for their own self-care and journeys of recovery. Individuals should be supported in speaking for themselves. Families and significant others have responsibilities to support their loved ones, especially children and youth in recovery. Communities have responsibilities to provide opportunities and resources to address discrimination and to foster social inclusion and recovery. Individuals in recovery also have a social responsibility and should have the ability to join with peers to speak collectively about their strengths, needs, wants, desires, and aspirations. The last guiding principle of recovery that SAMHSA spells out is recovery is based on respect. Community, systems, and social acceptance and appreciation for people affected by mental health and substance use problems, including protecting their rights and eliminating discrimination, are crucial in achieving recovery. There is a need to acknowledge that taking steps towards recovery may require great courage, self-acceptance, developing a positive and meaningful sense of identity, and regaining belief in oneself are particularly important. So there you have it, folks. We talked about motivational interviewing. We talked about the recovery model. Let me know your thoughts. These are not new concepts, but again, I wanted to provide some, a brief introduction. You can think of these two videos as introductions to motivational interviewing and the recovery model. As somebody who's been in practice for 25 years now, I eat and breathe motivational interviewing and the recovery model. I think it's just the right way. It's the best way to work with our clients. We can't force clients to make these changes. The clients have to come to see that the goals that are important to them and the values that they tell us are important to them have to line up with their behavior, have to line up with their lifestyle, have to line up with how they're conducting themselves. And if they're having barriers to achieving their goals, which may be their mental health symptoms, which may be their addiction to substances or other risky behaviors, our job as counselors, our job as LCSW is to help them get into alignment with the goals that they want to achieve, help them address the addiction, help them address the untreated mental health condition. But we do it in a collaborative, shared decision-making manner where we're really honoring our clients and we're not forcing them to make changes that don't feel right to them. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts about how you utilize motivational interviewing, how you utilize the recovery model. Before we go, again, if you could give me some feedback, smash that like